Hello Pisces, and welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen and I am here to do a little reading for you for the month of September 2024. We are going to be looking at what sort of things you can expect to encounter and also what you can do about it, or what sort of best advice Spirit has for you in dealing with whatever is going to be coming up. So hopefully we will get a really good understanding and a little sneak peek into what the month is going to be like for you. And yeah, I am aiming this reading towards the Pisces sun and rising signs especially, but also if you are a Pisces moon, that is most likely going to be somewhat applicable to you too. Or if you have any other placements, then feel free to watch, of course. But those main three are the ones that I will be aiming at. So yeah, and as always, this is a general reading, so please keep that in mind and only take the messages that you really do resonate with, okay? Everything else leave behind. So we are starting off with your energy first and foremost. So let's see what sort of energy is coming through for you for the month of September 2024. Okay, we have the Lantern. And what sort of energy is around you in the month of September? What sort of energy is around Pisces in September? Okay. Okay, and we have the Firefly at the bottom here. So let's get all the cards out and then we will talk about them more specifically, more closely. Okay, so let's dive into your energy. We are starting off with the Lantern card, and what this is telling me is that in the month of September, your energy seems to be somewhat introspective, possibly, because the Lantern is all about illumination. It's about something becoming clear or something being highlighted. So, you know, it could be that you are spending a lot of time trying to make sense of things, trying to make sense of what it is that you are feeling, what it is that you are thinking, where do you even want to go, what sort of moves you want to make next. So it's kind of like just, you know, trying to really gain clarity about something. This also makes me think that during the month of September, there could possibly be some sort of breakthrough, epiphany that you have, because, you know, it's almost like something that was previously in the dark or that you just couldn't make sense of is suddenly becoming like super vivid, super clear. And yeah, it just feels like, you know, your path is going to be sort of lit up a bit more than it has been before. So I feel like this is especially, you know, auspicious if you have been sort of struggling a bit, or if you have been lost in a bit of a haze, or just having a hard time making sense of things, and sort of breaking through like confusion, doubt, these more troubling type of energies that make it difficult to make choices and really move forward, right? These energies that can really keep us stuck in uncertainty. It feels like in the month of September, you are definitely going to be making strides in that regard. And just, you know, being very much sort of tuned into yourself, or possibly even like learning or seeking out some sort of information that could help you. You know, that type of thing. It just seems like you're very much focused on finding answers, finding clarity in whatever way that comes to you. Now, we are looking at the energy that is surrounding you next, and we have this very, very spiritual energy right here. Now, this can be talking about specifically the people around you in your life, or this could be talking about just the general sort of circumstances that are around you. But this is a very connected energy. As you can see, this is like, it is more spiritual in nature. So it is talking about like being in tune with like the more spiritual energies, your spiritual team, or just, you know, like the bigger influences, the wider influences that are around you, which, I mean, as a Pisces and as an archetypal Pisces, you are very much known for your intuition and your sort of super powers that are tied to, you know, sensing your way through what is happening and also what other people are feeling, and drawing conclusions and making decisions based on what you feel, what you sense is happening around you. So it could be that in the month of September, you are going to be feeling those like spiritual vibrations especially strongly. You could be feeling like you are super in tune with your spirit guides, with your higher self, with spirit, God, universe, whoever you resonate with. Or this could be just saying that, you know, the people around you and your relationships are going to sort of be very sort of sensitive during that time as well. You could be, just feeling very sensitive or sensitized to your sort of relationships and how other people around you are feeling. So and this also makes me feel that, you know, the people around you could be sort of seeking out a connection with you more strongly as well in the month of September. But more so, I feel like this is just talking about the sort of the general energies that you can feel more strongly and feeling very in tune with you know, different type of energies and vibrations, even more so than usual. Now, looking at the general energy of the month itself, we have this Mirror card. And so, again, this is why it feels very much like this month is about sort of you getting some sort of more clarity about yourself or some sort of issue that has been bothering you. Because this is basically just saying that you're going to be, you know, getting some realizations, or you're starting to sort of see things clearly for what they really are, right? Because when you look in a mirror, you get the reflection exactly how it is. There are no like distortions, there are no illusions there. And so that's why it feels like there is definitely going to be some very, again, like crucial, vital information that is going to be coming through for you, that is going to help you moving forward, and possibly also like get out of some sort of rut if that's how you've been feeling, if that's something that you have been struggling with. But I also feel like there is again like an opportunity for you to start seeing yourself in a new way, or make some discoveries about yourself that you previously didn't even like realize or understand about yourself. So it's kind of an interesting energy, this mirror. What is even more interesting is the energy that is describing a block or challenge that you are going to be facing. Now, this is a card of, obviously, as you can see, it's a card of like this sweet and affectionate energy. It's all about like friendship and sort of kindred spirits and that type of thing. And so, you know, this is making me feel that in the month of September, it may be a bit more difficult for you to be in touch with the people around you. It could be that you are feeling a lot more sort of withdrawn, or wanting to like do your own thing a bit, trying to make sense of, again, all of these feelings and all of these thoughts that you are having and that you are trying to make sense of. And it could be that your focus is just so much on like dealing with whatever these illuminations are for you, that you don't have as much time for the people around you. So again, as I said, it could be that some people are trying harder than usual to connect with you, or they are feeling like they really want to sort of reach out to you, but you may be feeling a bit distant. And so it seems like that like closeness or intimacy could be something that is a bit more difficult for you to sort of tune into in the month of September, because it seems like you're just sort of focused on something else and possibly focused more so on sort of your own stuff and trying to figure that out. So, you know, it could be that you just don't have the emotional resources to be there for other people as much as you usually do. And I mean, that's okay, right? That's normal. We all go through these like cycles. And so that's just something to be aware of. Now, the interesting thing is we have this card next, and this is talking about something positive that you're going to be experiencing. But obviously, when you look at this card, the depiction of the card is quite like self-explanatory. So there is an argument going on here. There is some sort of disagreement or, you know, even like jealousy that is coming up. And so I feel like you are going to have an opportunity to actually, you know, voice something and express something that has possibly, you know, been weighing on you, or that you just haven't been able to make sense before. But I feel like there is this energy of like really standing up for yourself and really setting boundaries with someone else, you know, especially if you have been struggling with that before. If you have any sort of like relationships, and I'm speaking of like specific relationships that you recognize in your life where you've had this issue that, you know, maybe someone has constantly been like bulldozing you, or just not really respecting your boundaries, or you have had a hard time expressing what it is that you want and sort of just going along with, you know, whatever the other person or the other people say. Again, these could be all types of relationships, right? They could be romantic, they could be platonic, they could be professional. Just take it as it resonates. But it feels like something that you have been like holding on to, or something that you have been suppressing, or possibly even, you know, some emotions or feelings that you couldn't previously make sense of, right? That you didn't understand yourself, so you couldn't really vocalize them, you couldn't really express them. I feel like in the month of September, you're going to be having the opportunity to actually like set the record straight, or clear something out, like clear the air in some regard. And I feel like it is going to be such like such a cathartic moment for you, something that is going to be super healing and super like powerful and very needed. So yeah, this feels like a really big, like growing, developing, like, yeah, progressing, that type of thing here. And again, it seems to be tied into like how you view yourself. So I feel like whatever this disagreement or argument or conflict that could be coming up for you. And again, it doesn't have to be something like super dramatic. It could just be you like finally opening up about what you feel, what you need, what you want, just sort of establishing stricter boundaries, or, you know, putting your foot down on something. Like it could just be you expressing yourself. It's just going to make you even more like proud of yourself, or it's going to enhance something about the way that you see yourself, your self-image. Now, last but not least, we have this card over here, which is talking about the main lesson that you can potentially learn in the month of September. And as you can see, this is all about victory and coming out on top. And so, you know, as an archetype, Pisces is known for, you know, being the sort of the compassionate one, and almost like the martyr sometimes as well, right? Like just not really wanting to hurt anyone's feelings and not wanting to cause pain to anyone. And so that can sort of manifest as you actually hurting yourself in the process at times, suppressing your own feelings and your own desires for like the greater good, right? But I feel like in the month of September, you actually have the opportunity to learn about, like, you know, putting yourself first for a change, and how that can actually do wonders for you. Like, it doesn't have to be a selfish thing. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It is going to most likely lead you to some sort of breakthrough. That's really what I feel here, that you actually have the opportunity to like come out of an argument on top, or really make yourself proud, really like value yourself, really like take care of yourself. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's look at the potential outcomes that all of these areas could lead to. So let's start with the golden egg. This is such a beautiful card, and I love that this came out because this is actually tied to the heart chakra. And yeah, basically with this being the potential outcome for the main energy of the month for you, with all of these introspective and seeing yourself more clearly, finding something out, or finally being able to make sense of something, right? This is telling me that, you know, the potential outcome is to reach a place where you actually feel a lot of love for yourself and a lot of also like determination. It's almost like you can reach a place where you have your heart set on something, you know, like being thoroughly motivated and thoroughly driven by this deeper sensation, something that is so meaningful, something that makes everything like worthwhile. Now, it doesn't have to be this like huge big thing, right? But it just feels like something that is going to be lighting a spark in you, and it seems like it's just going to be growing this sense of like self-appreciation and self-love, and just, you know, feeling so good about yourself. And for whatever reason, I feel like it's something that has been a long time coming, or something that you have really been yearning for, something that you really need to find this like deeper connection to yourself, and really, you know, establish this feeling of just, you know, being in a really good place with yourself. And so yeah, this seems to be doing a really positive thing for your heart chakra, and especially for the aspect of self-love. Now, we also have this whale card, and this is talking about the potential outcome for the main challenge, or this block that you are potentially going to be facing. And what this is saying is that, you know, with a whale energy, and I feel like this is something that you sort of normally do anyway, this is something that comes very easily for you, is like, you know, being the sort of the support system for other people, and always being there to lend an ear and lend a shoulder, and almost like trying to shoulder other people's burdens for them as well, right? We even, like, the whale is obviously tied to the water element, which is your element, dear Pisces. And so this is something that you are normally very much, you know, attuned with. But I feel like this, in this case, is talking about sort of being able to dive deep and find out some really like significant and insightful messages that are going to be helpful to yourself, that are going to increase your wisdom and increase your understanding even more so than previously. So as I said, it does seem like, you know, it may be a bit more difficult for the people around you to actually like lean on you as much as they usually do. But I feel like it is so needed, because it is going to take you to some hidden depths, some deeper understanding, some deeper wisdom that you really need to access, and that you wouldn't be able to access if your focus and your attention were on other people. Now, moving on to the Lamb energy next, and I love that this card came out for you too, because this is the potential outcome for the positive that you're going to be experiencing, which in this case, as I said, is about establishing boundaries and saying what needs to be said, standing up for something, right? And so with the Lamb energy here, this is talking about peace. This is saying that being able to finally voice what needs to be said will lead to some like significant truth being said that most likely is going to have a healing experience or a healing effect for the other person too, or the other people. And even if, you know, at the beginning it is something that is really subtle and that maybe the other party doesn't even realize that is helping them as well, but it's something that needs to be heard, something that, you know, that they need to hear you say. And for you, this is bringing a lot of peace, a lot of serenity, just being able to sort of say what needs to be said. So it is, as I said, it's like a win-win situation that is going to help both parties. And we also have this Crow energy, which is talking about the potential outcome for the main challenge, the main lesson that you can learn. And this is a very spiritual card. So basically this is talking about like the deeper insights that you can understand. This is almost like that third eye energy, where, you know, some sort of mystical information is being revealed to you, where you are given access to something that is really mystical and something that is very powerful. And so with the main lesson potentially being about you, you know, seeing yourself in a new light and really, you know, learning to prioritize your own needs as well, it seems like this can take you to an even more powerful place. You will learn to connect with yourself in a deeper manner, and that will also help to, it will help you to gain more access to, again, these like really knowing and really wise aspects of yourself, and use them for your own progress as well. Because a lot of the times your wisdom and all of this amazing intuitive insight that you have, you share it with other people and you use it to help other people, to be there for other people. But in this case, it seems like you are sort of learning more and more to use it on yourself as well, and to really use it for your benefit. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing with this crow energy. I feel like, again, it is taking you closer to some sort of like really profound truth that can, again, take you to like essentially where you need to go. So yeah, this is beautiful. But let's look at the advice that Spirit has for you for the month of September to deal with all of these different areas, so that, you know, you would know what to do and how to handle these situations. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups that came out first, and this is such a beautiful card. So with the advice regarding the general energy of the month here, it seems like Spirit is saying that you know, try and embrace the energy of just sort of connecting to this deeper aspect of yourself. And also I feel like, you know, especially if you have like committed relationships that you put a lot of effort and energy into as well, then I feel like Spirit is almost saying to look at this time of like withdrawal or introspection, or where you sort of, you know, focus more on your own self for a change. Look at this time as something that is going to help strengthen your relationship even more, because as you become stronger, as you become more fulfilled and more nourished and more taken care of within yourself, you are even better able to offer support to the people that you care about as well, right? The people around you. And so, yeah, this is just about this beautiful energy of embracing this closeness. And I do feel like there is definitely, like, again, this heart-centered, loving energy that is going to be very much at the forefront of this whole month, and that is going to be ruling all of these things that you're going to be experiencing, and all of these realizations that you're going to be having. Now, we also have this Nine of Pentacles, which is advice for the challenge, right? How to deal with the challenge. And so, you know, this is an infamous card of independence. There is the necessity every now and then to sort of focus on your own needs, right? And again, I feel like this is somewhat of a repetitive message from everything that we have already been talking about. But really, this is just saying to, again, to sort of take the time to sit with yourself, with your own, again, with your own needs, everything that is happening around you. Just sort of pay attention to your own sort of metaphorical garden for a while, right? Because, yeah, it seems like there is a lot of, again, there is like a lot of growth to be had here. And I feel like this time is going to take you to even like bigger things. Yeah, and I also feel like this is going to increase your confidence a great deal as well, which is going to help you to, again, make even better choices down the line, choices that are not going to be detrimental to you, that are not going to take away from you, but that are going to be much more healthily aligned with your own sort of resources as well, and not just, you know, helping the other people or the other person. Now we have this Two of Swords, which came out for the positive aspect, right? The standing up for yourself part. And so what I feel like the message here is that I feel like it's really important for you to tune out other people's influence and really take the time to sit in stillness, in quietude with yourself, and really figure out what it is that you truly want to say, what it is that you truly feel that is important, and just sort of focus in on yourself and on your feelings especially, right? Because we have this moon influence here, which is very significant in this card. Yeah, just taking the time to really make sense of what you truly feel that is important, that has to be vocalized, that needs to be said. And especially if there have been like boundaries crossed before, what sort of boundaries do you want to establish? Like making it super like clear and super evident. And also, again, there could be like some influences that the other party or the other person is going to retort with. And I feel like it's very important to sort of not let that get to you, or to not let that sway you from what it is that you are trying to say. So yeah, sort of isolating yourself in that sense, right? Like putting on these like muffled earphones or something like that. I don't know. I can't think of the earplugs, if you will, metaphorical earplugs. Just not allowing any influential energy to sway you from what it is that you are trying to say and what sort of boundaries you are trying to establish. And finally, we have this beautiful Three of Wands, which is advice for the main lesson that you can learn. And so yeah, this is advising you to look towards the future, to really zoom out of your life and like think about the bigger picture, where it is that you ultimately want to get to, what it is that you are moving towards, right? What do you want your life and your future to look like down the line? And also pay attention to like the person that you are becoming. Are you happy with the person that you are right now? Or is there something that you feel could be improved upon, right? So it's that like, making moves towards the future, to like making sure that you get to where you want to go and really fulfilling your dreams, but at the same time constantly like checking out with yourself to see whether you are still on the right course. And so yeah, I feel like that's why all of this withdrawal energy and like pulling within yourself a bit, or turning the focus more so to what needs to be said and how you truly feel. I feel like that is going to be super important, again, as I said, down the line, because it's going to be having a very profound effect on how you move forward in the future as well, and the sort of decisions you make in your relationships and just, in your day-to-day choices. So yeah, Pisces, that's all I have to say. I hope that this reading was helpful to you. If you find that something resonates for you, if you come back in September and sort of see what resonates and what doesn't, then it would be super interesting to know how this reading spoke to you. I would love to hear from you as well. Any thumbs up, any comments in the comment section, that would be super helpful. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, of course, because that would let me know that you want to see more from me, and that, that will keep my little channel going and growing. But that's it. I hope that you have an amazing September, and I am wishing you all the best. Please take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you very soon in one of my next readings. Bye-bye.